Welcome, all you plus two comedy modifiers, back to Blueprints. We join back with my live stream already in progress. The Gemstone Cavern has been permanently unlocked and added to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each new day with 2 gems. Yes, yes, yes. Huge. All right, a lot of good stuff just happened. I'm going to run outside. I don't have a lot of steps, but we got to go check out that gem garden. We must be doing that. That ain't it. Yep, still none opened. Oh yeah. Look at these beautiful gems. Ooh, we're gonna turn the thing. Let's read this first because this is big news. Here's the last of the equipment for the new mine. I don't think we're going to need more than this, especially if we're going to limit evacuation to 2 stones per day. I was told by the engineer that getting greedier than that might risk in the structural integrity of the cave walls. So I suppose we'll just adhere to the expert's opinion. At least for now. We've managed to remove all but 1 minecart from the old tunnels, 2 of which were too rusty and worn down to be of any use to us up here. So Dave went ahead and made the call to scrap them. I'm not sure the foreman is going to be too happy about that, but hopefully you can smooth it over. So I don't know who's writing this, who this letter's for, who Dave is, or who the foreman is. We're up to 4 characters just in this letter. Now there's 1 more cart down there, but it's locked on a short track and it's way too difficult to move from the reservoir side. It's a little bit awkward because it's blocking the passage, so I suggest someone move it from the other side so we can get over there. The boss informed us that there are 2 other ways into the site, but I think we're going to leave that for someone to finish up if the old man really wants it done. Yes. Doesn't appear to be anything of note, but I just want to give this a once over with the magnifying glass. This is a huge day. This has been a huge day. So I know about the minecart thing and that you can pull it from the other side in the tomb. Burb. Baby. All right. I'm curious if that's going to tell me, hey, that you need this is the key to the basement. That's kind of what I'm feeling. Game's like oddly chugging right now, but that's fine. I mean, I'm not gonna not go look at that. This is a huge place. Come on, baby. Ooh. Part of me wishes I ran back into the house and spent all my money on food. Oh. Yes, this is that area that I spotted, and I was like, ooh, that seems important. Oh, it's part of it at least. Lantern. My lantern. It can. No, that's just not interested in picking up a light. Like, it's clearly a helpful thing. What the hell is this? The Precise Underground. Oh my god, it's asking me where the chess pieces are in the house. I haven't drafted all the places. Because I have the list of... I think it's asking me about the black pieces, because there's only a few of those. Do I do anything on Tuesdays? Occasionally I stream. Also, hey bud, good to see you. But with work, I've been streaming very infrequently. Or do you just mean in life? Usually I'm recording a podcast. Okay, so the black pawns in the walk-in closet. Don't have that. The black knight is in the rompus room. Don't have that. The black pawn is in the parlor. I do have a parlor. I don't know where the rook's in the nook. No, that's a white rook, though. I have the black pawn in the parlor, and the black... I also have a black pawn in the walk-in closet. I might have put together a thing in August and figured it was worth reaching out to you. Maybe in August. August I might be more free. Depends on the week. So I don't have a rompus room. I do have a parlor. But I'm also saying that the black pawn's in the walk-in closet. All right, I'm going to try placing the pawn where the parlor is. Let me look at my room. Can I look at the map, please? The parlor is in the middle. And that's all I know. Okay, so I'm right because it lit up, but now I have no other information. Maybe the colors don't matter. We'll throw the rook where the nook is. Where's the nook? Or did I not draft the nook? I never drafted the nook. Great job. Great job. So what other pieces do I have other than pawns? Let's see. Pawn. I got a bishop in the chapel room, which is there. Okay. That's correct. Okay. Okay, this is good. So let's just look. Pawn, 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 bishop in chapel room, knight in the observatory. All right, so this is possible. 9, 8, 7, 6. Knights in the observatory. Knight in the romper's room. Pawn in the parlor. Knight in the security room. But I already have a knight down. They have the knight down. Pawn, 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 pawn. I have the king in the office, but I don't have an office. So I need the office for the king, and I would need... I don't have anything. I don't have a queen. And rook goes in the nook. Or the rompus room, I think. My only rook is in the nook. Okay. Alright, important things there. That'll be... So I know what to do there. I know the colors don't really matter. Oh boy, here's a whole book. The Foreman's copy. Do not remove from the site. This is from 1905. Realm and Signals of the Past by Professor R. Willard. Alright, so there's a bunch of stuff we don't understand here. The first error was found either of natural variations of the... We did this in order... The realm might not be understood by strangers. Move this, because... Oh, please. It's just in the way. That's a weird thing. Historically speaking, sigils are not a new tradition. They have been found in every era, in every culture, in every predicate, holy written text, and heretics' art. What are we talking about? However, today, when we use the term sigil, we are referring specifically to the realm sigils. Those are crude circular marks of digination found on the royal artifacts, buildings, and other older documents. This book makes simply the understanding that these fascinating glyphs and clearly display a correlation between each sigil and iconic of iconology of the realm royal arts, how the image of a leafless burning tree seen in geometric lines and what that tells of us of a kingdom's history. Each line, each circle, and each variation tells the story of the land. Even the adorned borders around the sigils have a special meaning. Don't understand any of that. The sigil. To understand the realm sigil, we must first dismantle the symbol and identify the individual elements that make up the whole. There's this. Each symbol is contained of four things: the core, the dividing lines, there's four, or the rays, the motes, which are stars in this one, and the border. Okay, so it's the center, the lines, whatever the symbols are in there, and thing around it. Okay. The core, at the center of each sigil, is a unique shape, different from each realm. If the core gives us the name of the rest of the sigil, tells us the history behind that name. Still, it is important to be able to identify and distinguish the core as the first step of deciphering a sigil, as all other parts are meaningless if we don't first know the place we are describing. And then that page is missing, but I believe we saw these symbols on the flags in the classroom when they were doing the coloring exercise. Core from the sitting from the sigil to each other, the different number style, the differences in the reveal several things. not enough to get any information from. Wavy lines are used to indicate extreme heat. Scorched air, okay. Otherwise, straight rays, right? A rainy realm is indicated from rays of vertical lines pouring down, okay. An extreme stormy is a jagged, like a lightning thing. A ray dotted with falling circles is snow, and windy is curved. Okay, so heat, rain, storm, snow, wind. Oh my God. Each sigil floats between the rays of small figures called motes. From the shapes and styles the motes used on each sigil can tell us the type of society as given the realm proclaimed, if they consider themselves mighty in arms or blessed by artistic and economic fortune. Stars are tribal, primitive realm, hunter and gatherers. That little thing is archaeological, they're farmers, because it's a little seed. Little fangs are marital. Generation spinning arguments. All right. Metropolitan is like, because it's a little building, large city. Got it. Academic are 3 lines. The center of knowledge, because I guess there's a center. Academic pursuits, or perhaps reading, writing, and arithmetic. Industrial is a little factory. They made a little box. Engineering-driven culture. Spiritual is a pizza. Elevated reverence for nature and animals. Yeah, they just eat pizza rather than, like, plants. That's why they're so spiritual. And then poetic is a little flower. Strong focus on advancement of the arts, writing, music. All right, cool. Let's talk about the borders. Contain information within. There are 8 different borders. Each one's a different color. Well, then this is going to be helpful. There's black, red, violet, pink. Okay, so black dots, red ridges, violet dashes, pink gear. I don't understand that. Green grass like, yellow like the sun. Orange is, I don't know, it looks like Rocco's t-shirt from Rocco's Modern Life. And white, all right, white is open dots, black is filled in dots. Okay, so you just got to remember pink gear, and violet is dashes. But the rest kind of like makes sense. And I don't know how to remember orange. Banners, material, fog. Real banners? What the? What is that word supposed to be? Red banners, material, fog. Put it all together by studying the core rays, motes, and you should now be able to unlock the meaning behind what had previously been an indecipherable enigma. See, this doesn't make a lot of sense to me, because it is red, okay? I don't know what the line, like, red with the teeth is... Oh, is this military? Generation spanning arguments. Or marital. Marital. Military. The lines don't make sense, but I think I'm missing a page on lines. And then... Alright, well... It's good to have some information just then. Oh, is this the end? Oh my god, this is why I was brought here. This is the point of this entire trek, is this in the chess room. Okay. Well, we gotta go back now. There's probably another way in here. This implies another way in here. That almost looks like the antechamber door, but... Okay. going up. We have no keys. We have no gems. We got $17. We have 27 steps. And we got a lot of stuff to figure out still. And it's probably not 5 o'clock yet. Oh my God, it's 5:30. We got to get back to the shelter. We got to get back to the shelter as quickly as possible. Oh my God. God, I hope I picked the right date. If I picked the wrong date, I'm going to be so sad. Is that a key? Oh, letter 7. Dear Uncle, the disappearance of my cousin Mary has long sat unfavorably with me and my father. And I will freely admit to you that the chilly airs of indifference you may have felt in my presence can be attributed entirely to the suspicion that you have harbored for these past that I have harbored for these past years. Suspicions entirely aimed at yourself. And while I have never had the opportunity to prove it, I felt very strongly that you have some deeper involvement in those events 4 years ago. The circulating rumors of these months have nothing but further reinforced my convictions in this fact. Those of us that are once bitten are twice shy. I think this is my brother because my father also speaks in like idioms like that. And I am aware of the cost of my aggressive, aloof behavior has had on the social standing of our family. And I do not apologize for my actions, though I am now willing to admit that the conclusions I have reached may have been flawed. Last week, I had a confidential conversation with one of our mutual acquaintances, a conversation that has shed more light on this mystery than all of my father's countless, fruitless inquiries over the years. I now have reason to believe that you were in fact responsible for smuggling my cousin under the cover of night across the red border to the southern seafront. And I believe this may have occurred in September, a full 7 months after she was reported missing, a date that coincides not with her public disappearance in February, but instead with the notable theft of the ruby crown. All right, so ruby crown is 7, so is in February, so that's 02, question mark, but mom is moved. This is not my cousin. This is not my brother, because this is my mom's cousin. So this is my great cousin, I think, is September, so 10 to, which is more 8 months than 7. That's weird. If the black water insurgents were in fact responsible for the heist as some have claimed, I believe this scenario entirely plausible. And the fact that 2 of the crown's 8 rupees have now surfaced has given me renewed optimism that she is still alive, safe, and finally free. Perhaps my willingness to accept such a sensational story betrays my own desperation for answers, desperation for hope, and desperation for a narrative in which you are not the villain. in that distant land we all dream of, the land where the strangling crimson curtains draped across the sky are pulled back and the windows and shutters are discontentedly flung wide open. In that distant land, I pray one day to find our Marion safe, happy, and absolved. Courtenay.
And that's going to do it for this edition of Blueprint. Will I find my way to room 46? Well, the best way to find out is to subscribe right here to Plus 2 Comedy Gaming, so you'll get a notification next time I dive deep into the mansion. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.